Pack-A-Day TV, how you guys doing? Today I think it'll be fun to do a little pack war between 81 baseball Fleer versus the 90 baseball from Donruss. We'll get started on that in a second, but first a very quick fun fact. I think everyone pretty much knows that back in 1980 the courts decided that Topps had a monopoly when it came to producing baseball cards, and that ruling opened the door for other companies to start doing and selling baseball cards. Fleer and Donruss followed with sets in 1981, right after the ruling, and all three companies issued gum in their packs that year. Well, here's the fun fact. On August 25th, 1981, another court ruling decided that only Topps could distribute gum in the packs. Topps did have that right in the bag. But to further complicate the issue, the courts also said Topps was the only company that had the right to distribute cards by themselves. In other words, only Topps could distribute cards with nothing else in the pack, which was kind of strange. So in 1982, Fleer and Donruss had to counter by putting things in their packs with the cards that weren't gum. As you know, for years, Donruss inserted puzzle pieces in their packs, and Fleer inserted stickers in their packs. When Score Baseball came along in 1988, they put the little Magic Motion trivia cards in their packs, and finally in 1989, when Upper Deck first released their baseball product, they put the little holograms in their packs. Fleer's going to have to sit one of their players out. Let's go ahead and open Fleer. Pick one out the middle. There's the gum. Just kidding. All right, middle of the pack. Fleer is going to sit out Expos longtime pitcher Stan Bonson. 81 Fleer, we're going to go with George Hendrick, outfielder for the Cardinals. And Donruss is going to bring pitcher Willie Fraser of the Angels. George Hendrick was an all-star at least a couple times, played many games in the outfield. I'm going to go ahead and go with Hendrick on this one. One for Fleer. According to Fleer, there's never too much of a good thing, so they're going to go with George Hendrick again. Donruss is going to come back with an MVP insert of Eric Davis. This might be an insert in spirit, but never was really worth anything. Not ever an insert that anyone really cared about, in my opinion. But lo and behold, Eric Davis really had his glory years. I'm going to go ahead and take Davis over Hendrick. Okay, Fleer's going to go with Expos pitcher Elias Sosa. Donruss is going to go with all-star selection Will Clark. Another strong showing for Donruss. Okay, Orioles outfielder Terry Crowley. There's your Fleer. Donruss is going to go with Diamond King Ed Whitson. Not really sure what Whitson did to deserve being on a Diamond King. Boy, this is a toss-up. I think I'm going to go ahead and go with Crowley on this one just because his career lasted so long, probably about 13 years. What's funny is on the internet you can find an obscenity-laced radio show that had Orioles manager Earl Weaver talking about Terry Crowley. It's very funny if you ever get a chance to find that. Crowley it is for Fleer. Cardinals are going to bring Don Hood, pitcher, 81 Fleer, and 90 Donruss is going to counter with Paul Sorrento of the Twins. Don't know much about either one. Don Hood played a few years. I don't really know if Sorrento did much. He doesn't really ring many bells for me. I'm going to go ahead and go with Hood on this one. Stan Bonson. Who knew we would see him again? Longtime pitcher, pictured here for the Expos, versus a rookie card of John Olerud. Sorry, Stan, but I'm going to go with John on this one. '81 Fleer. They bring the Mets manager Joe Torre versus Jerry Reed of the Mariners. He was a pitcher for the Mariners. I think it's a no-brainer with Torre on this one. Jerry Dubinsky, shortstop for the Indians. There's your Fleer. Donruss comes with Jeff Kunkel of the Rangers. I think these guys were fairly comparable as far as what they did. I might even give the nod to Kunkel here. He saw some action with the Rangers for a while. It's kind of a toss-up. I'm just going to go and go with Donruss on this one. Tim Stoddard, pitcher for the Orioles. There's your Fleer. Lance Johnson, outfielder for the White Sox. There's your Donruss. Lance Johnson was at one time quite the rookie prospect, and I believe he was a pretty decent base stealer back in his day. He had some speed. I'm going to go and go with Johnson on this one, with Donruss. Okay, Donruss takes the lead here. Fleer's going to come back with Todd Cruz, shortstop for the White Sox. Donruss is going to go with Kent Anderson, infielder for the Angels. As far as I could tell, Kent Anderson was probably just a journeyman utility infielder. Todd Cruz wasn't really much above that either, but wow. This was his first card, obviously. He'd already played a few years here, so I'm going to go ahead and go with Todd Cruz on this one. Some of these toss-ups are killing me. Okay. Buck Martinez, catcher for the Brewers at that time. Jim Dwyer, outfielder for the Expos. Both these guys were around for quite a while, but Buck Martinez, this guy is baseball. Got to go with Buck on this one. Okay, Bo Diaz, catcher for the Indians. There's your Fleer. Storm Davis, pitcher for the Athletics. There's your Donruss. Storm Davis had a few good years. He pitched a lot of innings, was around for quite a while. Bo Diaz, he caught a lot of innings. He was around for quite a while too, until he was killed by a satellite dish on the top of his roof. R.I.P. Bo, but I have to go with Storm on this one. Sammy Stewart, pitcher for the Orioles. There's your Fleer versus Bill Buckner, designated hitter for the Royals. Both guys had their day. Gotta go with Buckner on this one. That guy was just around forever. Good player, and you know, we all know all there is to know about Buckner. I'm gonna go ahead and go with him. Oh, Fleer comes back big with the rookie Harold Baines of the White Sox. This is probably the card to have in this set, which isn't saying much, but this is kind of nifty. This is nicely centered. It's a pretty good looking card for a bench shot, and this is the big rookie in the set. Donruss comes along with Scott Bales of the Indians. Don't know the first thing about Scott Bales really, other than he pitched for the Indians for a little while, but like they say, he ain't no Harold Baines, okay? Fleer's coming back strong again, because this is probably one of the most, well, this is one of the most valuable cards of the set. This is a second-year Ricky Henderson. This one's centered fairly well. I like the way this card looks. Versus Mike Smithson of the Red Sox. Donruss just has to bring it better than this when they're going up against probably the all-time best leadoff hitter in the game, one would think. And the final act here, we have Larry Bittner of the Cubs, who was a first baseman here, versus Carlos Quintana of the Red Sox. Carlos, oh, I don't know, his career was average, I guess. Larry Bittner's career was also average, but he actually started his career with the Senators, then went to the Senators, changed to the Rangers, Then he went to the Expos, the Cubs. This guy played the entire decade of the 70s and into the 80s. I'm going to go ahead and go with Bittner on this one. Okay. So based on a strong finish, it looks like 81 Fleer pulls this one out. Before I let you go, let me remind you that if you're interested in some free cards, including a couple of these 81 Kellogg's Dave Winfields, go ahead and send me a self-addressed stamp envelope to the P.O. box that you see on your screen. I'll get that right out to you. And for those of you who already sent in your envelopes, your stuff's on the way, okay? Enjoy!